Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Project. So today I went in for a procedure where they had to put me under. I had anesthesia this morning at like 7:30 in the morning, and they were doing what's called a TEE. In case you didn't know, I had heart failure in December of 2023, and they wanted to do a checkup today and make sure there wasn't anything wrong. They thought they saw something on an exterior ultrasound, but it turned out to be nothing. So a big update there. I'm good now. When I was going in this morning, I used the opportunity of this this anesthesia to try something. So I thought to myself, I'm going to try to focus on going OBE while I'm under anesthesia. And I was going to try to like maybe go out, roam around the hospital, OBE. And then when I came back to, I was going to try to verify if I could see something that I could verify. Well, it turns out that didn't happen at all. Matter of fact, something completely different happened, and it was very weird. So while I was under anesthesia, I went to, I guess, another previous life memory. And this was weird because completely out of the blue, I was me, but not me again. Similar to the whole thing on my website, there's at overwatchproject.com under the artifacts section. There's an account of possible previous life memory I had of being live as a person named Phineas Ripley in the 1700s during the Revolutionary War here in America. And I was able to verify certain things that I remembered, including my name. This time I don't know my name. I didn't think to ask. I was kind of distracted by everything that was going on. So I was in the basically the Wild West era, 1800s. And it was a very short thing. It was in a saloon. I was at a table, and I was playing poker. And the weird thing is that, see, now in my current life here, I don't know how to play poker. I'm more of a chess player, and so this whole poker thing blew me away because in although I can't remember at the time when I was this other person and I was experiencing it, like looking through my own eyes as somebody else, just like the Revolutionary War thing. I experienced being this other person for a few minutes, and while I was sitting there, I knew how to play poker. Of course, now I don't know how to play poker because my current me doesn't know how. I never played it, and nobody ever taught me. The weird thing is, I was able to verify a few things I observed. So I was sitting at this really weird table. To me, it was weird because it had green like felt on the top of the table, but it was also a six-sided table. And I'm not a poker player, so I don't pay attention to that. I don't remember ever seeing that in movies, Western movies. Maybe it was. I don't remember ever seeing anything like that. It was a six-sided table. It was kind of dark in there. I kind of knew it was daytime outside, but inside the saloon it was kind of dark. There was like lanterns lit, and there was I remember shot glasses on the table, and the cards, which were grungy. They were weird looking because they didn't have any numbers on them. They just had the symbols of what you were, like the spade, had like five spades on it, but without any number marks. The cards were kind of dirty, and I remember my hands were dirty. I was wearing a six-shooter. I had like tan clothes on and like some kind of brown vest. Um, I kind of knew that I had like reddish brown hair, curly hair, kind of long, um, maybe a mustache and a goatee or something. It was a totally different me. Anyway, while I was in this moment, and I remember the table that I was sitting at, so and I was playing cards, and that's pretty much the whole experience. So what I did was after I got out of there, and once the anesthesia wore off and I got back home, I did a little bit of research on this type of the stuff I saw. So it turns out that felt top tables were something that could go back to the 1700s, and this six-sided table was popular in the mid to late 1800s in saloons, as a poker table. I never knew that before today. Um, and a felt covered. Sometimes they had actually even holes for cup or for glasses to be put in. Like it's very weird. So I was able to go online, and you can verify this for yourself. I was able to do a little research, and it turns out that that kind of table, circa 1880, would have been something that you would have seen in a saloon. Um, I remember the bottle of whiskey that was on the table had like a paper label, and it was very like old looking type fonts, and it was very interesting. So I guess another reincarnation soul trap loop I was in. I was in the Wild West. Whatever. It's funny because I've always had a kind of a, when I was young, I have apparently three different possible lifetimes I remember. One is when I was very young. I would have a recurring nightmare, like medieval times, being trapped in like a dungeon, tortured to death. I remember the second time, second thing I remember is that time I had like a waking dream or a memory of a Revolutionary War. And then I have this one today, which apparently, and I wanted to put out this video, get the details out there. A potential thing where I was I guess a cowboy, or something like that. It almost seemed like I may have been like maybe Irish in that lifetime, because I seem to remember like having reddish brown hair, curly. Um, Very interesting dream or memory. I don't think it was a real dream because, again, I was looking through my own eyes. I was experiencing my body that I had at the time, and I was this other person, or I was seeing it as this other person. So that's all for this short video. Just thought I'd put it out there before I forget details. Very interesting event. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good day. Good night. And if you haven't subscribed, like, and check out my website, overwatchproject.com. Should be linked in the description below, as long as the thing automatically updates down there. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Bye.